They put a big hit on him, and he lets it fall out of his hands.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Random in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, no, that's a gang gang.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it.
Ready. Ready. Let's go now. Hut, hut. On the set. Hut. On the ready. Set, go.
Time is running out. This is it. We go for gold.
Hey, man, listen, great job today. It's a step in the right direction for you and this team. And as long as you keep moving in the right direction, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the...
Madden football brings you the divisional rounds of the NFL playoffs. And it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Lions under the lights on Sunday night.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it complete to Perkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go,
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. 4th and inches in plus territory, that seemed like a prime spot to go for.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a... This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perkins. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, he's a diminutive receiver, Charles. Not a ton of size, but still able to bring that in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles, because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of it.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Adam Troutman from 19 yards away as his guys have now moved out in front.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field, but now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up the first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball's thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Now back to throw. Fighting through pressure. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Lions go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He got 29 yards that time.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And in for the Lions touchdown.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown!
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident. good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's got it complete to Perkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions on 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give right side Swift. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done. Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
They'll set up to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Lions are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make...
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. DeMarcus Lawrence, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. He's got it to Williams. The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Micah Parsons bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Runs over it. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now. The NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And he's got his big tight end here. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him to like total at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets it. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in the trenches. It's no difference. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down, she real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby, no witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way.
It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Detroit. It's the 49ers and the Lions on Sunday night.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go play action here on first down. Right side to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles, and there when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Powers through him. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
2nd and 2. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. Gets around him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have struck first in this NFC title game. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the...
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's Swift. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Back to the running game with Swift. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 14. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Call it on the gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
And this is caught by Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Back to throw now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready. Wait.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
44 yards.
And the Lions are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun, back and forth. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
2nd and 3. And his throw is incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to throw.
The Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. They'll look to throw again. He gets this one to Johnson. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Well, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a throw here, hauled in.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. He's up north of 100 yards receiving now in this NFC Championship game. And it's a first down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. It's their quarterback, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
102 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he goes over the century mark with the AFC title on the line.
Oh, he bowls over him.
Nothing can stop him.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the 4th quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here we go.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Keeping it himself for a yard out. And the Lions are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well,
both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Oh, look at the juke. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues.
2nd and 4.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that deep.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. Scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Drake Jackson
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Okay, right.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the reigning Super Bowl champs. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
And, CD, one of the big stories everybody's been tracking this week, the head coach of this offense, looking to become just the 2nd coach in NFL history to win 5 Super Bowl titles. And let's face it, the respect is there already. We know he's going to go down as one of the all-time great coaches. But even after all this success, what do we notice most about him? He never takes anything for granted. He's treating this Super Bowl like it's the most important game ever played, because for some of the guys on his team, it will be. And he feels the same way himself. I love his intensity. I love the way he gets his team prepared to play in the big game.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Here we go,
Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
He's got it complete to Perkins. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Lions will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-grab?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter. On second down, Swift. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They're going to try and throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Quez Watkins. 66 yards. And the Lions continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who can... The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He's got it complete to Perkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Now a carry for Swift. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Swift. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Juwan Johnson from 10 yards out. And the Lions are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. He's airing it out for Williams. This is intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And right now, so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. They'll set up a throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Perkins. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. Back to throw here. That is caught. It's Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Rolling to his left. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in the Super Bowl.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. As one of
the Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
A beautiful fake. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Right side to Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw again. With a catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Lions are starting to pour it on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams,
49 yards.
And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think,
so this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're...
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions Super Bowl. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard they was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory, back up on type, and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form should prosper. R&B all over my roster. I got options, I keep it right on the dresser. Next to the Oscar, applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my closet, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.
Your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now flex. While you there looking the best, feel the get up in your chest. While I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, go you fade. Try to get it out, put you hands on. You and dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your hands on. Damn. The best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gone, yo. Headed headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my role. Monica